without somewhere that you're going and excitement for that thing and some motivation and something to climb, things become really stagnant. We become really unhappy. We become very unsettled, and we start doing the wobble. It's like a bike coming to a stop, but the feet can't land on the ground, right? It's just, we're gonna fall. So it's something that I think about often and deeply long for is for my next relationship to be a very powerful union. To be not only divinely orchestrated, but to be that true power couple. And there are 2 points that keep popping into my mind that I wanted to tell you about that I think are really necessary if you are going to have what I would call divine union, where 2 people are in their power, they come together. It's like 1 + 1 does not equal 2, right? It equals 10. What I think is required to have a relationship like this is both an anchor point and momentum. So what keeps popping in my head, I'll be like in the middle of the night seeing a bicycle. And when there is a bicycle with no pedaling and nowhere to go, it's just doing this, right? When you have 2 people come together and they don't have a strong anchor outside of themselves or like momentum, a place where they're going, they just kind of anchor onto each other and think, oh, you're gonna make me happy. Oh, we're supposed to make each other happy. Then when one person's not feeling happy, maybe they're busy, maybe they have stuff to do, maybe they are going through something that has nothing to do with the relationship. But when you're anchored in each other, it's this constant adjusting. Let me try and make you happy. Let me try and make you happy. And oh, I'm not making you happy, so I'm insecure, right? It becomes this thing where if 2 people are just focused on each other and the relationship and just trying like to adjust each other to have something amazing, to have it be fulfilling, I think it gets really wobbly and relationships can crumble pretty quickly or just be messy and be frustrating and be unfulfilling that way. What I am seeing in my mind is this realization is that there has to be an anchor point. We know a triangle is like the strongest shape, right? Triangle, there has to be a third anchor point. And that's something you decide together. In my opinion, it can be like a goal of what you're building together, where you're headed. That has to match, first of all. So if you're not with a partner, you need to know where you're going, what you want for your future, what your anchor point and your direction is. When you know that and you meet people, it's actually very easy to be like, you're going in the complete opposite direction of where I'm going. When someone doesn't know where they're going, it becomes really hard to determine, like, is this partner a good long-term partner for me? You don't know if you don't know where you're going. So for single people, I highly recommend finding your anchor point, whether that be in God and going wherever God sends you. If both of you are anchored in a divine being and following that, that can be a beautiful anchor. If you have a unified goal, long-term goal, that's an anchor. And then as you go throughout your life and you're both striving for this goal, you're aligned with each other. Does that make sense? The other really important factor is having momentum. It's like you join up with someone and you love who they are. You both want the same things. You're both headed in the same direction. It's just getting this like the pedals on the bike of like, I'm rowing, you're rowing, I'm rolling, you're rolling, and moving towards that end goal and joining hands. To me, I don't see relationships being super happy or super fulfilling without either of these things. I am not interested in a relationship, again, where I just anchor in one person and that person's supposed to fulfill me or fill my cup, and I'm supposed to make them happy, they're supposed to make me happy. The type of union that I see as a divine relationship, epic love, epic relationship, is where both people stand in their power. They know who they are, they know what they want, they deal with their own trauma, they can communicate well that trauma, right? It's like, I stand on my feet, but here I am, flawed. And we both want the same thing. And we're both actually working towards it. We're both going towards it. That is divine union to me. That is what makes a power couple. So if you're in a relationship right now, it might be a good time to go on a date, have a dinner, and talk about, where are we going long term? Are we working towards something? I have learned recently that the joy hormones are released in the brain most prominently when we are going towards a goal, not when the goal is actually achieved. That drops as we reach the goal. And so if you and your partner have reached a destination, it's really important to then pick another goal, simply for your joy to continue to roll forward. Without somewhere that you're going, and excitement for that thing, and some motivation and something to climb, things become really stagnant. We become really unhappy. We become very unsettled, and we start doing the wobble. It's like a bike coming to a stop, but the feet can't land on the ground, right? It's just, we're gonna fall. We're not gonna feel well. We're not gonna be happy. We're not gonna be feeling like ourselves. So if something's been missing in your relationship, maybe pick something you want to work towards and start doing it together. When I see my future, it's very clear what I'm going towards. This long distance empire that I'm building. I need a strong, masculine man by my side who's good with business, who has the means and ability to travel, all of these things. So it's very quick sometimes when people come into my life to know, are you even close to what that would look like for me or what I would need there? I highly recommend, if you don't know and have this clear path for your future and you are single, I highly recommend taking time to be single a little bit longer and get to know yourself, get to know where you're headed and what you want. And it doesn't always have to be business. It can be, I want to build these incredible family experiences, right? It can be whatever it is for you. Doesn't have to look like mine, but to have an anchor and to have momentum are two key things that I think separate regular couples from power couples. If you feel like you have some blocks to finding your path, your purpose in life, or getting to the real heart of your desires and what you're longing for, what you love, feel free to do a session with me. I offer sessions over Zoom, so I do group sessions and individual sessions. I would love to meet you and help you through any blocks that you have to setting that long-term life path and creating divine union with another partner to reach your goals. Also, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you on the inside.